And it is Coffee with Dr. Martha. And I am almost laughing because one, I almost didn't go live today. And two, I had to check myself today. So the day starts out with a client reaching out to me, and she's talking to me about her mindset. And we're talking about her mindset and how it pertains to her finances and her business. And she was having a bit of a moment. And I had to be like, you got to check yourself. And I walked her through what I walk so many people through, right? The irony of this, and why I didn't even want to get on here today. And before we talk mindset is, so I have this conversation with her. I have a meeting, I do some work. I go to the dentist, and whether you know this or not, and whether or not you've been following me, I had an implant put in here in my mouth. Okay. And I don't even remember when I had done, like June, I think. So I had this implant put in, and I end up with an infection. Very long story short, infection goes kind of unnoticed. They thought it was cleared up. Right before Christmas, I have a full-on infection in the bone as well. So I do 2 rounds of antibiotics, which I've not taken antibiotics since I was like 21, like yesterday. No, but anyways, I just haven't had to. And I just couldn't believe the state of this. So since then, I've done everything to try to keep this implant in because it's a bit of a major to have it taken out and put back in. So today, and so far, they've felt like there was progression. They've felt like my body was not rejecting the implant. And it's a very long story, which I'm not going to put on a Facebook Live. But when the doctor said to me, Martha, we have to take it out. My world crumbled. My world crumbled in that moment. And I let my thoughts consume me. And I want to talk to you about this because I always want to be honest. I never don't. Like, I remember I had this coach when I first started in chiropractic, and I was talking to him about something, and he said, I don't ever feel that anymore. I've mastered it. I thought, wow, he's amazing. And now I'm laughing because I don't think we ever master it, because I really believe in life, whether it's your mindset or anything that you do, the art of chiropractic, the art that you draw, the books that you write, whatever your craft is, you could always get better. And I want to say this because when I work with people, I offer a glimpse into my life, right? And I'm never going to tell a client I have, oh, I've got this. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening. I hope you guys can still see me because it looks like it's frozen. But I've got this completely figured out, because the truth is, I don't. No, I'm frozen. Not sure. Oh, I'm back. I was trying to find where I was frozen. So anyways, and I went downhill fast today. And the reason I'm talking about this, one second, baby, I'm talking about this is because your mind has what's called your subconscious. And that is these thoughts that run consistently in the back of your mind. And they run back almost like a soundtrack, and they're constantly going. And those thoughts are almost running quietly in the background. And they're thoughts that have been collected throughout your entire life. Like, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'll never make it. I'll never do this. And they're just constantly running back there. Then your conscious thoughts are thoughts you have, like, I have worth. I am amazing, right? I am going to do this. I am going to lose weight tomorrow. And then suddenly the next day you're like, you can't do this. And you're like, what's happening, right? And then we've got neuroplasticity, which says that you can change your neurology and the way that you think. And then we have the limbic system, which stores our emotions. So our brain is complicated, and God made it so amazing and wonderful. But what I love and have learned so much about over the last, I'd say, I've been doing mindset work with people for well over probably 12 years, purposely, but throughout my practice in the last 20 years I've been doing mindset work. And the thing I want to say is this, is there's so much power when you are able to become aware, right? And then the first stage in my Arise process is awareness, because we have to become aware of the way that we think. We have to become aware of the way that our life is going, the way that we are doing things. We cannot become detached. Okay. So I had to become aware today that I had some really negative thoughts that like God's against me. I'm never going to heal. Tooth is never going to work. It was just a fast pity party. But then I started to stop. And what I want you to do is this, is when you start saying thoughts and when you realize those thoughts are not sending you down a direction that serves you, you have to ask yourself, is this a lie or is this the truth? And if it is not biblically accurate, that's how I do this, it's not true. So this is not true. I am self-healing. I am made in the image of God. I am wonderfully and fearfully made. I am adored by God. I was created in his image. Like I just started declaring over my life and reclaiming my own thoughts, because the Bible tells us to hold our thoughts captive to the truth, right? So I found it, my cookies. I found it, look at my kitchen right now, and this is real life, right? I found it like really wild that I went through the exact same experience I was telling her. And that exact experience I was telling her was the reason you are headed this way in your finances and your business is because of your mindset. And you've got to declare over your life that you are abundant, that you have a purpose, that you are walking out your purpose, and begin to declare this over your life, because we don't realize the power of our thoughts, and we don't realize, because no one ever tells us, that we can hold our thoughts captive. So I wanted to share this with you today because I walked it out in real time. In real time, I went from going to the dentist, let's look at this implant, I know it's healed, to him saying, we're going to pull it out. I've got to scan you. I've got to get it's right here. We're going to have to pull it out. You're going to have to wear a fake tooth that you're going to have to take out when you eat. I'm like, hello, single, going on a date. Hey, take my tooth out. I mean, this is like, ladies, can you imagine how fast I spiraled? But I had a choice, and every one of you do, is when you start to go down that path, when you start to believe you're not enough, when you start to believe that like God's against you, that you'll never get there, that you're destined to be poor, that your business will never be successful. When you start to do that, you've got to capture the thoughts, hold them captive, declare the truth over your life, and rewire those pathways, because neuroplasticity says that you can. I mean, it's amazing when you realize how closely science and the Bible, like it's amazing to me the way God designed the body, and science now admits it. So anyways, if this resonates with you, I would love to hear. I'm going to take my cookies out. They are gluten-free. They're so yummy looking. Can you guys check this out? Ooh, look at that. This is real life. Like I said to my friend the other day, Nikki, I'm like, I'm just going to be real. Like there's days my house is the most organized house probably in the state. And there's other days like today where we're running around doing business, the whole tooth thing, grabbing groceries. Because like when you live in the country and you go in town, it's a bit of an adventure. But anyways, realize you have power over your thoughts. You have the ability to hold your thoughts captive. And if they do not align with the word of God, rewire them, revamp them, restate them, and start reclaiming them. And if you want to know more about mindset, drop it below, because I haven't talked a lot about it, but I have a really cool quiz you can take to find out what woman in the Bible your season is most like. And I have declarations I can send you to mirror your season. And I have a whole mindset video. And if you just want the mindset video, I'll give it to you, because guess what? I'm all here for you guys walking it out and living your best life ever. And sometimes you got to really become aware of your thoughts. So love to chat with you in the comments. Talk to you later.